So the UEFA Champions League is back on your screens, and this time around it is a playoff round that is back on your screens. So the playoff are teams that place from the 9th position to the 24th position, and so they will be vying for a place to the round of 16. Already the top 8 teams, the likes of Arsenal, Bayern Munich, and then Barcelona, these teams made it in the top 8 teams, so they've already qualified to the round of 16. And so the teams that are placed from the 9th position to the 24th position will vie for a position in the round of 16. So let's take a look at some of the matches that will be coming up. Remember the likes of Real Madrid and Benfica. So these two teams, they are set to clash in the playoff rounds. Remember, during the last round of matches in the group stages, these two teams met, with Benfica picking up the 3 maximum point to qualify to the next round. And this time again, they are meeting this time, and to be a 2-legged game. In the first leg will be played at the home of Benfica, with the second leg at the Bernabeu. So this is one of the matches I'll be looking up in the UEFA Champions League playoff rounds. Another match that we will be looking at will be the likes of Galatasaray and Juventus, and these two teams have also been a team to watch out for in the UEFA Champions League. Juventus, they've had quite a youthful side in this particular encounter. For Galatasaray, they will look up to Victor Osimhen to lead the team and in making sure that they qualify to the next round of the UEFA Champions League. Now, another team to watch out will be Borussia Dortmund, who will be taking on Atalanta in the playoff rounds. Borussia Dortmund has been another team that has been to reckon with in the UEFA Champions League, but they'll be coming up against Atalanta. Atalanta will have to are now living a life without Ademola Lookman, who has joined Atletico Madrid for the rest of the seasons, and so they would have to look for someone who could lead the team in this particular encounter against Borussia Dortmund, who have the like of Sergio Guirassy, who is also one of the top scorers in the UEFA Champions League this season. Now, another match to also look out to be an all-French affair, that is AS Monaco and PSG. PSG are the defending champions of the UEFA Champions League, and so they'll be heading into this particular encounter against an old rivalry team, that is AS Monaco, a team they play with in the French league. For AS Monaco, the likes, you can talk about the likes of Ansu Fati, who is actually playing for the club, and for PSG, they've got quite a number of star players in this particular one, and so for them being the defending champions in this particular one, is going to be a very, very interesting one to watch out for. Now, another match we will also see Newcastle play against Qarabağ. So for Newcastle United, people may say that it's going to be an easy one for Newcastle to walk over Qarabağ, but for Qarabağ, this has been one of the underdogs ever since the UEFA Champions League was changed from its group from its old formats in the group stage, and due to the new format in the new group stages, and so people may say that is why Qarabağ are in the playoff round. But this is the UEFA Champions League. Anything goes for any team if you should take your advantage in this particular one. But I find Newcastle having it a difficult win in this particular encounter, heading against Qarabağ in this particular one. Now, Bodø Glimt, another team to watch out for, they'll be coming up against Inter Milan. For Bodø Glimt, they have been one of the teams, a big worry to many big teams. They defeated Manchester City during the group stage of the Champions League, and this time around they'll be coming up against Inter Milan. For Inter Milan, Inter Milan has been a good side, a free scoring side, scoring in almost every match, both in the Serie A and the UEFA Champions League. But coming up against Bodø Glimt, a team that looks like an underdog in this particular encounter, Inter Milan will want to take their chances. But for Bodø Glimt, they will also try to make sure that they continue to dominate the big teams in the UEFA Champions League. But it's going to be a big win it may be a big win for Inter Milan, but I don't see them finding it an easy win for in this particular encounter. Should Bodø Glimt take their chances in this particular encounter, we could see an upset in this particular encounter, and then hopefully let's see who wins, either Bodø Glimt or Inter Milan. Now, another match we also look out for is Club Brugge taking on Atletico Madrid. Now, Ademola Lookman, since he joined Atletico Madrid, he has been on fine form for the club, and then you've seen some kind of improvements in Atletico Madrid in this particular one. So coming up against Club Brugge will be a new one, a new challenge for Ademola Lookman. He's here to feature for the club in the UEFA Champions League. He has played in the Spanish La Liga and then the Copa del Rey. So this week he will be playing. He will be in action for Atletico Madrid in the UEFA Champions League for the first time. And so all eyes will be on Ademola Lookman and the likes of Julian Alvarez and then Antoine Griezmann heading into this particular game against Club Brugge. Now, finally, one more match that will see Bayer Leverkusen play against Olympiacos in this particular encounter. For Bayer Leverkusen, we haven't seen the kind of football they play ever since Xabi Alonso left the club. But this will also be a very, very good opportunity for Bayer Leverkusen coming up against Olympiacos. But for Olympiacos, they have also been another team to reckon with when they featured in the Europa League and the Conference League, and now they are in the UEFA Champions League and they are in the playoff rounds, hoping to make it to the round of 16. So these are some of the matches. These are matches that will be coming up in the UEFA Champions League playoff rounds. So any team that wins their respective encounter, that is the first leg and then the second leg, will make it to the round of 16 to face the likes of Arsenal, Bayern Munich, and then the likes of Barcelona in the UEFA Champions League. So these are fixtures coming up in the playoff. Do share your thoughts with us on who is going to win their particular match, their respective matches in this particular encounter. My name is Amos Mama Boy. Do share your thoughts with us on our media sports on YouTube and all our social media channels. Thank you for joining.